Welcome back to another episode of the Intellectual Airheads podcast. Why is Megan always judging me?
This is funny.
Starring me, Kelly McKee, and my best friend ever, kitty girl Amanda Katz. Because sometimes I speak too fast and then we cannot have people not hearing the pronunciation of your name.
Yeah, a new coworker of mine tuned into the episode and thought it was Meta Cats, and I didn't correct him. So if you were
if that is you,
if you are watching this, she was saying Manda, but Meta Cats is kind of fun. But I don't really like the term meta.
Meta is scary now because it's giving. Who is it? Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it's giving Zuckerberg. It's giving Ready Player One. It's giving scary.
So in Ready Player One, do they talk about the metaverse?
Yeah, I mean they're just living in VR.
Oh, okay, because I'm actually like, is meta an actual term or a brand? Is my question.
Oh, I think it's an actual term, but when people are like, that's so meta, I don't know what they mean by that.
Maybe like Black Mirror. I don't know. But anyways, we are back, bitches, on the YouTube. How are you, Amanda? How are you doing? I haven't seen Manda all week long.
So people are pushing my buttons.
Speak on it.
And they are pressing buttons that I didn't even know I had. Because, you know, I'm pretty unbothered.
Yes.
And I'm like...
Amanda's very unbothered.
You're like making new buttons here and you're pressing them like hard. And it's just pissing me off. And then there's also people that are pressing buttons that they've pressed so many times that they're about to explode. And I'm like, stop doing that because these buttons are about to blow up on your fucking face.
Yeah. And then you'll have no access to push my buttons. Oh my God, is she subtweeting me right now? It's not me.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to be staring at you when I was saying that.
These
it was not
people?
You. Not you. But goddamn, everyone is trying my life. But like, it's fine. I need to find my patience because that is like a strong suit of mine. I am very patient. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been feeling patient recently. Maybe it's luteal.
It's always luteal when we're in the luteal.
But damn, these shawties are getting me agitated out here.
Yeah, that's definitely rough. Definitely could be luteal, but at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like something serious shifted with the Neptune.
Yeah.
Fuck, I should have looked into that.
Yeah.
We really should have. Okay, we're going to maybe come back to this topic after we do some research because I don't even want to. We have nothing to speak on it.
No, I know. The thing I was saying to you about it is like, I'm not sure what Neptune controls, but like, I feel like I know Aries, and if Neptune's in Aries now and I'm feeling extra angry, like it kind of is making sense to me. But it's supposed to be in this for 15 years, and I like kind of like being unbothered and not being angry.
I know.
But people are pushing my buttons.
I want you to explain and elaborate, but I feel like you're not going to.
No, I mean, because a lot of things when they make me mad, it's not just one thing. Like, it just so many things build up.
Yeah.
And it like boils me over. Okay,
so like, do you not notice the annoyance the first time? Does it take the build up? Because normally,
most of the time, but that's what I'm saying. Recently, I'm like immediately, fucking pissed off.
Wow.
But
guys,
I know. Who is she?
Happening.
Who is she? I know. And like, I feel like I'm about to be 29, and this is usually when your like Saturn return happens too, and it like really shapes you for the next like few years, or not few, like quite. I think your next one happens in your like 40s or 50s or something.
Yeah, I think that it's like the end of your and then Saturn return. Don't talk to me. I don't know. Like, we need an astrologer.
I know, we really do. iPad. I know you don't watch White Lotus and it's pissing me off, but the one character, her name's Chelsea in the show, but her name in real life is Aimee Lou, I believe. And her character is super into astrology, and she like in her real life is also super into astrology. And it's so funny in all the interviews that they've been doing, like they've been talking about her, like, she asked for all of our birth times and is like telling us like everything about our lives. And like she even went on Seth Meyers, I saw this morning on TikTok, and like read his birth chart, and it was just like so funny.
They need to understand how lucky they are that they're getting an astrologer astrologer to read them.
I mean, she was kind of just, she's not like fully an astrologer. She's almost like us, but like a little bit more,
like
bit more. And she kind of was just like breaking down his big three. It just really does ask everyone. Yeah. And it's just like a super bubbly personality. So she's just like talking to everyone. And it's really funny in the show because she's an Aries in the show. I don't know what she is in real life, but the guy she's dating is a Scorpio. And she's just like, this is your Scorpio coming out. Like, and it's so funny. And he's a Scorpio in real life. So it's kind of funny that like, I don't know if Mike White like wrote that on purpose of,
probably everything is on purpose.
It's so purposeful.
So like my thing is I've been meaning to start White Lotus for so long, and then now I freaking keep seeing what's your prediction for the finale, and so I know that I fear that the finale is going to get spoiled for me because my freaking Instagram online life, everyone talks about it, but I've been really wanting to start it. I just like haven't.
It's a show that is still going to be good to I guess it might be bad if it gets spoiled because the whole thing is building up to the end.
I'm just going to do my best.
Scrolling.
Yeah, I'm just going to do my best.
Just keep scrolling.
To not. And I honestly was going to start it with Ian. I think it was yesterday. But
tonight's the season finale.
I know because that's what I keep seeing people say. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, oh, I'm going to let a couple episodes stack up and then never.
Yeah, they're only like 8 episode seasons, so it's like it happens quick.
Oh, that's so real. Ugh.
And this is a show that it hasn't bothered me having to wait to watch the next episode. Like it almost like gets you like more excited and like anticipate it more. It's not like so annoying where like, oh, I just want to keep watching. It's like, okay, now
especially
let's put it down
so
for a week.
Long,
yeah, and then it's like Sundays are just like something to look forward to.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
It's so good. It's so good. I love that. It has to be one of my all-time favorite shows, I think.
But you watched all the seasons?
Yeah, this is the 3rd.
Yeah. I've watched 1 and 2. I just haven't seen the 3rd.
2 has to do with season 3.
Okay.
There's like a couple character parallels.
You know that Mike White cast his fellow Survivor cast in like the background? Like, okay, Survivor. I was looking, this is very random, but I was like looking at this post about like giving yourself grace and like how every day is going to look different. And it was like this person literally had the example. Some days are all day binges of Housewives or Survivor. And I was like, are you me?
I think that's a lot of people.
I know, but it's just, I feel like it's always surprising to me when I hear someone that likes Survivor, because I feel like it was such like I just feel like it was like an old show. Like when we were growing up, yeah, everybody liked Survivor, but like for people to still be watching Survivor, it's like shocking to me. I'm like, wait.
No, niche. I think a lot of people like it, but I guess.
I mean, a lot of people do like it. They have like 50 something seasons.
That's blows my mind. Wait, that one that I sent you, that TikTok I sent you, was like I needed to be split up between the astrology signs. How incredible would that be?
Could you imagine?
I would watch that. I would watch that season so hard.
Survivor season, but they would have to separate it by like earth, air, water. And
that's how I was imagining it.
Ugh, it would be so good. I really
don't you think fire would end up winning though?
No, Survivor is not that like. It's not that like obvious because there's so many things that can like it seriously is a perfect recipe of how to win Survivor. And like you can't like if you're like the most strongest personality or the most hard-headed, you might they might all get sent home first.
Oh my god, it would be so good and so interesting to watch.
Yeah, I would be so
especially
obsessed.
the way like a bunch of fire signs like interact with each other as opposed to like the air signs, you know, like that would just be oh my god.
Because then like at the merge they would all join together. Oh my god.
I need it.
Jeff. But what's like kind of I guess it would all kind of end up showing up. But you know how sometimes there are some people that like don't really like present their zodiacs, like their astrology. So it'd be like annoying if like they like casted someone like let me clarify what I'm trying to say. They would have to cast the tribes on people that are stereotypical that sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
opinion.
that would be better, and I think a majority need to be like that, but like the random few people that aren't obviously showing up like
good
the way
representation.
And maybe being surrounded by other people that are like that would like amp them up to like feel their selves more.
Yeah, maybe. No, I'm gonna have to write.
Because I feel like when I'm like around a bunch of other air signs, like feel like myself. Like, you know, like you feel just like bubblier. And it's like, I feel like if you are surrounded by a bunch of fire signs, like even though you might not automatically be like that, like you might start to get a little more fire in you because everyone else is firing,
you gotta keep
firing
up.
On all cylinders.
You gotta keep up.
Can you keep up, baby boy? So you told me you've been to a sound bath before.
Yes.
Do you remember how long it was?
I just like, oh gosh, it's like, I definitely have never been to, I think, a long one. Like, I think the longest was maybe like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Because it's always been like a part of something else I'm doing.
Okay.
And then when I got that facial, she did a like 5-minute maybe sound bath.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then she had like did aromatherapy.
Yeah.
And then like I was just like deep breathing like throughout the whole facial because I was like relaxing and like feeling like that was good. And at one point it was completely silent the whole time. And then she's like, nice breathing. I was like, yeah, I'm good at breath work. What can I say?
I meditate.
Well,
I went to that sound bath last week and I do know the woman who was leading it. So I don't want to like act like I'm talking badly about anything that she did. I just think an hour-long sound bath is too much. I felt like I was like fighting demons the whole time. Like I was like really trying, and I know like the point of meditation is like let the thoughts go and then like come back to your breath, but I felt like I was fighting for so long to like get into that space. Like I kept having to like go back to my breath and be like, fuck, like I'm out of it again. And in my mind, I was like, for people who have ADHD and stuff like that, I like my mind just like could not relax. Like having to lay there for that long, I was like so over it. Like, yeah, the sounds were so nice and beautiful, but I just was like, I kind of hate this right now. Like I don't feel relaxed because I'm like fighting with my brain to try and relax. And I think the most ideal scenario, so in yoga, the asana, like the poses, are literally supposed to prepare you for shavasana. So post yoga class, give me a 15-20 minute sound bath.
Yeah.
I am like, after doing all that work, I am like prepared to lay down now and drop into that space. But just like walking into a place, laying down, and like she did do a guided meditation for like maybe 5 to 7 minutes, which was helpful. But I still just, and it was like 6 o'clock at night. Like I was going out to dinner afterwards. I just like didn't feel like.
That's a weird way to do it.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like, and it like honestly like annoyed me more than like was nice.
So I have a lot of thoughts. When I was booking my one in Florida, that didn't end up happening, sadly. She offered an hour or 30 minutes. I said I need 30 minutes. If I have to start that sound bath knowing I'm going to be doing that for an hour, my brain's going to get also very freaked out.
Yeah, what was happening to me. I was like, how long has it been? How much longer do I have to be here like this? And it was like really the whole knowing it was an hour thing was freaking me out, which, mind you, at the end, it didn't feel like a full hour.
Of course, but in the beginning, like, nice. You ruined and got yourself all worked up, so you couldn't even enjoy it. Trust me, I get that fully. And then my other thing about it is like this, it is annoying and it takes practice, but like with meditation, like when you, like, you know me, when I'm meditating, like I kind of stick to like 5 to 8 minute meditations because of that. But obviously I do longer ones, and even in the 5 to 8 minutes, like my mind is running. But the key thing is to not get mad at yourself and to not judge yourself, because we are humans and our brains are going to do that. But it's very hard and it takes a lot of practice.
No, and I know that. So I was telling myself that during it, but it still was just like annoying because it was an hour how many times I was having to do that. Like I was just getting pissed off. Like I was like, I don't want to have to keep reminding myself, you know, to whatever.
And like something I experience sometimes is like some days it's just genuinely harder to meditate. And like it's frustrating for you because like with yoga, with meditation, you know what that feeling is, and you're at this gorgeous opportunity to tap into that feeling and you're not able to. Super fucking annoying.
Yeah.
so annoying. I would have just been like, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to keep my eyes open and let my mind spiral. Like, I can't do it.
Towards the end, because she said, she was like, you don't need to be stoic. Like, if you want to turn over on your side, like, you can and stuff like that. So towards the end of it, I like turned over on my side and kind of was just like, felt more like I was like just like laying down and listening to nice stuff than like trying to be in this like meditative state. And like I like had a like that shawl on that I've worn on here, and I like kind of put it over my head and was just like, if I need to open my eyes, like it's not like anyone can see me, you know. And so it was just like kind of ended up doing my own thing towards the end, and that was better. But I was pissed off during it. I'm like, how has Kelly done this?
Yeah, well, I've never done an hour. I would not do an hour. I would be like, I'll come for the first 20-30 minutes, because even with I do that with massages too. Like, Ian wants a 90-minute massage, an hour and a half massage. I am like, that's my actual hell. I love a 60 minutes. Like, I've done that so many times just because of my scoliosis and those issues, that I know that I can handle it, and I know it goes by fast, and I know I like it. So like, even with that, laying down, I know I'm going to be there and laying down and like not able to do anything else for an hour. It's fine. But like, when we did the 90-minute, I was like, I was stressed the whole entire time with that same thing of like, and then it does go by fast and then it ends. And I'm like, well, I didn't enjoy any of that. Not doing 90 minutes ever again.
No, yeah, that's like, I guess it is a weird like anxiety thing of like trying to project the future, like trying to know like, oh, I have to be here for an hour, so I'm already scared, you know, like.
Yeah, and like, even though me and you try really hard to like fight against like the American bullshit things, like, we have been told that our productivity equals our worth. So like, the thought of taking an hour of your day to just lay somewhere is anxiety producing, like, whether we realize it or not.
Yeah, I was like, I would be doing something that benefited me if I could drop into this meditative state and get something from it. But I like wasn't. And I'm like, I'm just fucking laying here on the ground with my head spiraling for an hour. And I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that. Honestly, maybe that's why my sound bath got canceled, because maybe I would have just spiraled this whole time. But 30 minutes, I feel like that would have been so fine. 30 minutes
would have been fine. And also post yoga class, like that's like, I would have been in like ready for that. But just a random
and like, for me, like, I'm just such a freak, like literally just knowing I was going to dinner after that, like, I don't know, it's so weird, like the little details that like affect how we're feeling so much, and like we don't even like realize it.
I did end up having a really nice dinner though after, so that was good.
Yeah, that is good.
Oh, you went to dinner, didn't you? I see fancy restaurants is one of the things you were talking
about. Yeah, we went. Okay, this is perfect.
That's a good segue.
This is perfect. How do you feel at a fancy restaurant?
Depends. Depends on some factors. Like, depends on who I'm with.
Okay.
If I think that they feel uncomfortable in a fancy restaurant, I will feel uncomfortable as well. But I like, because I really do like just morph to like other people's, you know, whatever. And I worry about the way other people are feeling.
Yeah.
If I'm with people that are like, I can walk into a fancy restaurant and not feel weird, I feel like 100% like this is my favorite place to be, you know, like, and so happy to be there. Sometimes I feel, honestly, it's more me. Sometimes when I'm in fancy outfits, I feel uncomfortable and like people are looking at me. And so when I go to a fancy restaurant, if I'm in like an outfit where I feel like I'm walking through the restaurant and people are looking at me, I don't really like love that. That makes me feel uncomfortable. But truly going to a fancy restaurant is like one of my favorite things.
That's what I figured that would be your answer, because you love your foodie.
Oh my God. We sat down at the bar because we went to the sound bath for Scott's birthday and then went to like a nicer restaurant afterwards to go to dinner. And right when we sat down, he was like, you are so happy right now. Like, aww. I was like literally like giddy. Like, I just get so excited. And we were sitting at the bar, and I like love sitting at a bar. And
we are so different.
And it was,
I mean, I like sitting at a bar, but I couldn't imagine going into a fancy restaurant. Also, I love calling it a fancy restaurant. Like, I just think that
it's like SpongeBob, like the Squilliam fancy son.
It's really giving SpongeBob. But like, I literally couldn't imagine. So I feel very uncomfortable. I feel very uncomfortable. I think that there's a lot of factors, like you're saying, like the outfit. If I'm going to a fancy restaurant, I feel like I need to like dress up a little bit. I didn't when we went last night, but that's a whole nother thing. But like, when I was getting dressed, I knew it was like, it was a surprise where we were going, so I didn't know exactly where we were going. But he did tell me like it's like a nicer restaurant, but like you don't have to dress like really nice. It's freaking Fort Collins. Like, hello. And so I decided to not wear like a skirt or anything that might add to my uncomfortability. Yes. And I just wore like an outfit that like I wore like those like maroon jeans, like the whatever corduroy jeans. So it was like an outfit that like looked good still, but like wasn't like a fancy outfit. And then yeah, I think that for me and Ian, it's just that me and him are like so the same. And it's kind of like what you said, where like if someone's feeling uncomfortable, you'll feel uncomfortable. I feel like if he didn't feel uncomfortable, I wouldn't either. And if I didn't, he probably wouldn't either. But we both grew up with 5-6 siblings. Like we weren't going to like, even though we grew up with like not like it, like with some money, it's not like we were going to these fancy restaurants besides Benihana. So it's definitely different. And also like,
no, I literally looked at a Chili's today actually, like before I came here, I was like, that used to be the fancy restaurant that I would go to. Like Outback. That was the fancy restaurant. I never went to Longhorn. That was a little
fancier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the other issue that me and Ian have is like we look at these menus and we're like, what the hell is that?
That's something that working in restaurants I've gotten better with. It's like I know enough that I'm like, I will probably like this even though I might not know one ingredient that's listed on it. Like it doesn't really matter. And same with like the drinks. Like there's a lot of weird liqueurs and like people ask me like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, I don't know, the drink's fucking good. Like, you know, like they know what they're doing when it comes to a lot of stuff. And I have learned
I feel like you also love trying new things. So like even if you like see something that's unfamiliar that like excites you, where again that's a little bit more anxiety producing for me because I'm like, I'm probably not gonna like it. And then like I'm at a fancy restaurant, so it's like $45 for this appetizer. And so at Rare, we've gotten this like shrimp carpaccio. And it's to die for. Like so good. And like I've told Ian, like we need to just make this at home. Like it's so good.
A carpaccio is hard to make yourself.
Okay, I don't think that. I honestly might be completely confused because we saw it on the menu and we're like, oh, that's what we like at Rare. We ordered it and it was different than what we get at Rare. So I feel like maybe
I've never heard of shrimp carpaccio before. Usually it's like a beef carpaccio.
Yeah, it was bison that we got.
Yeah.
And so that this gets served to us and we're literally looking at it. I'll include the picture. I was like, how do we eat this? Like it was just like all the meat surrounding the table.
Yeah, really thin.
And then then there was like a bunch of greens with like whatever on it. And then there was like 3 pieces of like baguette, like bread. Yeah. And I was just like, so I mean, I just started putting everything on the bread and then eating it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
I love beef carpaccio. I wouldn't recommend you to get beef tartare though. Those are both raw, like meat.
Okay, like, I think I'm so confused. I need to look up what this thing is at Rare.
Yeah, usually carpaccio means it's raw. So that like was not cooked.
Okay.
And it's really good, but beef tartare is like almost looks like cat food. Like it's like little pieces. And so that gets a little bit weirder, but carpaccio is really nice because like the texture with it being thin like that is really nice.
Yeah, and like when we ordered it, she's like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just like those kinds of things. And then like me and Ian, like we're just like so funny. Like we're literally like, Ian told me this morning one of the reasons why he thinks his neck hurts is because he was trying really hard to sit up straight when he was
my god. Yeah, no, I if me and you went to a fancy restaurant, like I don't think you would feel weird. But like kind of what you were saying, like, oh, maybe if I didn't feel weird, Ian wouldn't. Like I still think Ian would.
Yeah, I think he would too.
I like think like I could go into a fancy restaurant and now that me and Ian would be going to a fancy restaurant together. But like even if I didn't
feel really weird.
I didn't feel weird. Like I think he would still feel weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And also if I went with you, I'd feel a lot better because I'd be like, Amanda, will I like this?
Yeah.
Because Amanda always likes to tell me what to order.
Yeah. It's a favorite thing of mine, honestly.
I just like cannot make a decision. And it's like, girl, you could not order the chicken sandwich off the menu forever.
I know, but then that's always what I want to order for you because I know you like it.
I know, but I've like stopped ordering that a lot. Like I really like don't even remember the last time I went and got a chicken sandwich unless I was at like an
obvious
hot
chicken sandwich place.
Yeah. So good for me. Almost did it last night.
What else did you get?
I got... that was the other thing. Like, it's like they had all these steaks listed and it's like New York strip, prime rib, sirloin. And I'm like, I don't know what any of this means. I had to have the waitress explain to me the differences of them all. And so I think I ended up getting 6-ounce sirloin, maybe. What else is there?
I am just starting to like learn my steaks more.
Yeah.
Sirloin I feel like isn't the best. I really have been loving ribeye.
Oh, well, I've had enough ribeye because John Wiswell loves ribeye, and he cooked ribeye. He made it for us. Like, I think we had it one time maybe in Red River, and then when they were visiting us, we had it again. So I saw that, and I was like, I don't want that. But
do you not like it?
No, I just had had it, and like it's just like I don't know. It's like I don't know. It's just those kinds of meats and stuff. It's just like weird for me to eat a lot of that close together. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah. So you got a steak.
Anyways, but yeah, I got a steak and it was good. But yeah, the place I'd kind of rather just go and get like drinks, honestly, in the future, or maybe appetizers too.
Yeah, finding fancy restaurants and getting drinks and dessert is honestly kind of the move.
Their dessert, they brought out a dessert to this other table that was a group of older ladies that was literally doing that. They just had wine. They were there before me and Ian got there. They were there when me and Ian left, and me and Ian were there for it was a long dining experience.
Those are my kind
us.
of bitches.
And they just had wines, and then we saw them get their dessert too. So they are your bitches. It was a chocolate cake. A slice of chocolate cake that big.
Yeah, I've seen it. Did it have a lot of layers?
Yes,
yeah,
girl.
I've seen ones like that before.
I was like, Ian, look at that chocolate cake.
You didn't get it?
No, we didn't get it because like I was just like I was like pretty full by the end.
You were like ready to get out of there.
Yeah, you know me. I'm like, okay, I'm done. But no, it was nice and it was funny because like we went to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of being engaged because I just love finding a reason to celebrate. And it was a missed opportunity, but the people at the front were like, "Oh, it's your anniversary," and he was like, "Yeah, 1 year of being engaged." And I was like, "Fuck, we should be telling everyone this is our first anniversary dating as a couple because that is so crazy."
I thought you were gonna say married. Oh, that would have been so funny.
No, and then I was telling him that
that's so awkward.
No, it'd be so funny to be like, "It's our 1 year," and no other details. Because it is technically our 1 year, but not of dating, of being engaged. And so then I was saying, because, we won't be married until we've been together for 12 years.
And you having your fucking ring on your finger, I'd be like, damn, you pop the question before a year?
Yeah, that is very true.
I mean, I guess, what happens.
Yeah, I'll move it to the other hand. And then that led me to the thought of, when we get married, I'm just going to be like, "Oh, we've been married for 2 years." And then people are going to find out that we were actually together for 12 years before that.
I know. It's not kind of a bummer that you started off as you're people are like, "Oh, how long have you been married?" And that's the date that you tell people and not the dating thing when it's you guys have so much dating.
I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I just think because being someone that's been in this relationship and especially moving here and the people's reaction to how long we've been together is it's seriously mind-blowing. So I just think it would be funny to just act like we've been together for a couple years and then people find out that we've actually been together for so long. Like, "Oh, you didn't know?"
Yeah. I love
tricking.
Yeah.
I'm a trickster. No, I just think that's funny. I don't really feel like I need to be like, "Well, we've been married for 4 and we've been together for 15. You know what I mean? That's just a lot. And anyone that knows us is going to know.
True. You don't need to.
I tell everyone right away. Yeah. I don't need to brag.
Tell me.
Speaking of bragging, I got my dream internship. I won the lottery. Okay, I feel like there was something. Oh, so after our date yesterday, we went to the dispo, and I was in there.
So Kelly and Ian coded.
Yeah, that's after our date, we went to the dispensary. And then I was in there, and I was looking at these little bongs, and I was like, "These bongs are so cute." And then Ian's like, "You can say bongs in here." And I'm like, "Okay, but remember when you used to have to say water pipe? Remember
so
how stressful
so stressful
going to a head shop in the 2010s was?"
Yeah.
I felt like I was in court.
Yeah. No, it was like they were going to put the cuffs on you if you spoke the wrong word.
It felt like you were in the court of law. You have one time to say the right thing, and if not, guillotine.
Yeah.
Because so it was water pipes. Was that really the main one? It was just bong and water pipes?
That's all I was buying.
I know. I feel like...
What would you call a bowl? A pipe?
Yeah, I think that was just a pipe.
Just a pipe.
And I feel like even the bowl pack had like a different name. I don't know, you guys. It was really weird. It was really weird.
Yeah, no, I still feel weird about it. I would have went into a head shop and whispered bong. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's really funny. So yeah, I was just like reflecting on that, and I was like, wow, we've come such a long way.
It is kind of weird the way they like legalized or illegalized that slang.
Right?
Like, it's like
what?
What? Like, it literally makes no difference.
I know that it's literally like tomato, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we need to say water pipe? It's, you know what it is? The fucking war on drugs. I bet you it was the war on drugs. Some type of random ass legislation during that time that was like, no one can sell bongs, bowls, whatever. And so then to get away from it, they're like, well, we're not selling bongs. We're selling water pipes.
Water pipes. Yeah.
Wait.
Fuckers.
Water pipes? I've said it so many times now that doesn't make sense because like these are water pipes.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, the English language is a toughie.
It's so bad when it's so weird how you repeat words and then they turn into nothing.
Yeah, they were talking about this on Brooke and Connor on the episode I was listening to. It's really gross, but she got a new cat and she thinks it has ear mites. And Connor was like, oh my God, like that word mite, it was just like, it's so disgusting. Like, why does it have that connotation? Like, if I hear that word, like, I think just so disgusting. And she's like, well, we use the word like mite all the time. And like, it just, if you put ear in front of it and you know what it is.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I know. It's interesting. It is interesting. I have another tangent that I kind of need to go off on.
Okay.
Unless you're ready to go.
Go for it.
Okay. So when this episode comes out, also when we're recording it right now, April Fool's Day has already passed. I meant to talk about this on the last week's episode before April Fool's because I can't even believe that anybody participated in doing that this year.
Yeah.
Imagine putting fake information online intentionally to be like, April Fool's. It's not fucking funny.
It's not funny. I think we can't do it anymore.
It's not fucking
like
funny.
It just, the spreading of it, misinformation is so serious right now and so hard to decipher that like April Fool's, like, let's like not make
and that's
it
the
worse.
thing. Like, it used to be silly hoo hoo ha ha. Like it was like such an innocent thing, you know what I mean? And like now it's like actually every single day is April Fool's Day, and it's really confusing. And like depending on who you're talking to, this is real and this is not, and it's like so weird.
Yeah. No, I was watching a TikTok today of the, what do they call with Colin Jost on SNL, and it's like the news.
Yeah.
What do they call it?
I don't know. That's so embarrassing.
Okay.
I feel like I know, but you're just like,
yeah.
Since you don't know, it's making me think I don't know.
Whatever, that thing. And they were like, the news is literally writing jokes for you. It's like you don't even have to write jokes anymore. They're just saying the news, and it's hilarious. It's not, but it's like you have to laugh because it's like, how is this even real?
Yeah.
Well, that kind of brings me a little bit to my thoughts on local activism, which I think that we've touched on this before, but you know how I love like evolutionary psychology and just like thinking about back to like more basic times. And I was just thinking about when we just had like our tribes, you know, and like the people around us, you lived with like a community of like 30 people. You guys were all working together for the benefit of that community, you know, and I feel like that was so much more effective than if they had to start worrying about the community next door and doing all that, then theirs would get neglected. And I feel like with how much news we are like inundated with right now, that it's making us feel helpless. And I think if everyone focused just locally on making like their communities better, than like feeling like I need to make my community better, but then also need to save everyone else everywhere else, it's taking away from like the impact that we can have right here. And if everyone did it, it would like spread, and everywhere would become a better place because everyone's focusing on what they can control and like their neighbors.
Yeah.
And it just is like, I just really don't feel like it's good we have this information about what's going on around the world, but like it's so hard to do anything about it. And I feel like some stuff that we can do stuff about gets neglected because these problems everywhere else are so much bigger, and it's like we need to focus on that. But like I think it would heed better results if we all just like focused locally, like on helping our fucking neighbors, and like just the little things around where we are, like being able to help that. And it's like obviously these people in bigger cities like have a lot more to tackle than like maybe we do somewhere else in like a more rural area.
Definitely
but like
than what we do.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just had that thought the other day and just wanted to bring it up.
I love that thought. I think that, yeah, I mean, that's, we kind of have talked about it, but a little bit more talking about like local elections, like talking about like really think about that. And yeah, it's also like interesting because you can always find a place to volunteer in your community, but then it's like the question of like, do people have the time, energy, whatever, you know, I'm not judging anyone that doesn't, but you really do have like a way. And even like you're saying, like just like helping your neighbor, like it's really unbelievable how many people don't even know their neighbors and stuff like that. And like my house is like a shared house, and I'm really close with like the majority of the people in here, but the newer people that moved in, I've been really wanting to plan something for us all to get together, just because I feel like we're literally like you guys, like if you aren't my friend IRL, you don't know how much I basically live in the same house with like a bunch of other people. So I've been really wanting to like do that, because like the fact that like Michaela and Imba will like watch my cats when I'm gone, and like I don't have to like pay them anything because then I'm gonna watch their cats when they're gone. And like just like little things, like even like, yeah, it's just also like community, but not just your friends. Yeah. Not just your friends. It's more so also community of like the people that are around you in proximity.
Yes. Yeah. No, even my neighbor, like the other day when we were going snowboarding, he like cleared the stuff off my windshield. And like, I feel like, oh my God, like we're besties now. Yeah, we're literally best friends. And like that was so sweet. And like I would love to do anything to help him now. And like if we just like showed like, I don't know, we weren't so individualized and like had this like sense of like
individualized, like, and like on our phones.
Yes.
Like on our phones so much. It's like, look at your screen time and then ask if you could have donated an hour of your time to help somebody else.
Oh my God, that's really real.
And my screen time is high, so.
I got mine today. It was 3 hours and 40 minutes.
That's
I was
amazing.
kind of proud of that.
No, that's amazing.
Yeah. But
yeah, there was this one guy, like a little bit older man, who lived a couple houses down, and I would always see him when I would like walking by, working on his little van. And one day I just stopped and like talked to him, and he was so sweet. He was like giving me a whole tour of his little van. He was so proud of his work. I haven't seen him since though.
Wait, that's so cute.
Yeah, he's so cute.
I really need to get better at starting conversations.
It's hard. Like there's the party house, we call it, next to us, which like, for reference, is basically just like college boys live there, and they're always just like drinking and outside, and like it's like, honestly, it's not like a bad vibe, it's not like annoying, it's just like, you know, they're living their college life, and I love that for them. And I was walking up Pilates the other day, and they were outside, and I was so close to stopping and introducing myself, but I was like, no. And I kept walking.
It's so hard. I don't know. Today when I was at PetSmart getting cat food earlier, this woman like complimented my skirt, and I was like, oh my God, thank you.
It is very
and
cute.
She was like, is it silk? And I'm like, yeah, you can feel it. I'm like, and whatever.
Touch me.
Yeah. And I was like, told her where I got it. And then she was like, I know this is weird because we don't know each other, but like, feel my shirt, feel how soft it is. And I was like, oh my God, it is so soft. And she was like, I got it from Target.
Did she do that?
No.
Oh.
No, but she was like, it is so awesome. They had so many like cheaper ones, and I think it's so cute, and it would look so cute with your outfit right now. I was like, I love women.
Yeah.
I love
so
being
cute.
a woman. Wait, you want to hear something funny? I don't know if this is like too vulgar to put on the podcast.
Oh. We're going there.
I was looking at Scott's penis the other day and was just like, I don't think I've ever had one of those. Like, I don't think like in a past life I've ever been a man.
I was like, what do you mean you don't think you've ever had one of those? I was so confused.
No, like in a past life,
yeah,
that seems so foreign to me. Like, I really don't think like in a past life I've ever had one of those things.
I guess I don't know, because when you first said it, yes, but then there is so much of me that does make me feel like I was a gay man in my past life.
Oh,
so,
okay. True. I don't think I was a man ever.
I don't think you were either.
I'm not sure.
Unless you were like, I don't know, we need to go.
I know.
We need to learn. We just want to learn about our lives.
Yeah.
God, I'm so obsessed with myself. Any information I can get about myself
I know.
is...
Does that mean like,
everything.
is that why we're obsessed with astrology? Because we're obsessed with knowing more about ourselves?
No, that's why I'm obsessed with therapy. That's why I'm obsessed with everything, meditation. Everything I'm obsessed with leads back to you're obsessed with yourself. That's
but I
my pure
also
obsession.
love not psychology. I love astrology because it does give me an insight to other people. And like,
yeah.
Sorry, when you tell me your sign, like I am gonna put some of those traits on you until you prove me different. But like,
yeah, my thing isn't, I don't know if I'll necessarily put the traits on you, but the second I see any glimpse of that kind of trait, I'm reaching for it. I'm like, oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Typical Virgo.
Oh my God, B is such a Virgo. I love it.
You talk about B for like 1 second every episode.
Because I'm obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with you.
We haven't talked about Summer House in like a couple weeks, and so I just thought we should like maybe do a little debrief. And like all I have to say is like I fucking hate Jesse Solomon, and I've known it since the beginning. And
you have.
What he's done is so much worse than Wes, and I'm gonna need everyone to hop off Wes. Not his dick, whatever. Hop off him.
Hop off his back.
Half off his back, because he's not doing anything that bad, and everyone's being so fucking mean about it. And you really should be pointing fingers at that man.
Yeah,
Jesse.
I have not seen the newest episode. I meant to watch it yesterday when I saw that you added Summer House to our notes, but yeah, I've honestly like even just like the last episode before the newest one, like I am really disappointed in our girls. I'm really disappointed in our girls. I just feel like, which I haven't seen the new episodes or the rest of the season, so hopefully they end up holding him accountable. But I just feel like they're acting like kind of like for the talk of the fact that anyone's seriously talking about Ciara and Jesse dating and they want to see that. Amanda said word for word.
I know.
They were seriously talking about Ciara and him dating. Like, that to me was really disappointing from the girls, because one, you should care about your friend more than subjecting her to Jesse, even though Ciara clearly only loves annoying, stupid.
I just don't even think she likes Jesse at all.
No.
I think she's like pushing him off of her every single time, and it's like he's being a creepy weirdo.
I just think he's
being a creepy weirdo. Him saying when she had her leg on him for a second that it's turning him on, and then laying on top of her like trying to touch her, like you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, it was so weird.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so I just like felt I just need people to be calling out his weird ass behavior, and it being like, if you're gonna like be obsessed with, I guess the last episode I watched, I felt like our girls were being a little bit like who even is Lexi? Like Ciara is who you should be with.
Yeah.
Which was like, this isn't even like, nobody was talking about this. This isn't even happening. You guys just like I don't know. So that was really disappointing to me, because I hold them at a very high standard, because I feel like they're like us. Like I feel like they're girls like us. And so that, but like also I'm not going to act like I have never been immature and petty. You know what I mean?
For
like
sure.
I get like that too.
But no, you're totally right. Like, don't act like this other girl who's like been in the house like means nothing.
Yeah.
When like obviously you're closer with this person. But it's like would be so different if Ciara was like, I really like him.
I've always really liked him.
Yeah, it's like no, that's like some stupid weird storyline that you guys are trying to push.
100. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I think you're so right. that has to just be what it is.
But you're like, someone is getting really hurt in the crossfire of that. And I feel like that's not Summer House's like MO usually. And so I'm just like, why are you doing this? And
in the West situation is such a good point. Did you see that when he was really drunk talking about it? I was like, what?
Oh my God, no, I'm like literally obsessed with him. Like he's
like, I'm sorry it didn't work out.
Yeah. No, and that's really like all he tried to do is like just like let it down gently, like as best as he could. And like, yeah, people are grilling him with questions. So sorry he didn't say no comment and like said something, but basically was just saying like it didn't work out. Like she's not my person. And I feel like that's like so fine to be able to say
Ciara
that.
just has like way too much trauma with the Bravo stuff. She's been so embarrassed that any little thing she's gonna take it as so embarrassing.
Which like
it's like, girl, it's
she can have her own feelings towards West, that's fine, but everyone else to be ganging up on him just because everyone loves Ciara, like I just don't think that's right. Like you can love Ciara and also admit that like what he did, it wasn't that bad.
I even because I haven't seen the most recent episode, as I've said 15 times now, but there was one part of the episode I did watch more recently where Paige was saying to Ciara like, I'm sorry, like he's so funny, like I can't help but laugh at him. And then Ciara was like, I know. Shut up.
Yeah. She was like a very like, I know, shut up though. Like,
but like seriously, that's like so like if I was Paige, I would be really annoyed like that. I'd have to like, I don't know though, because like when it is my friend that gets hurt, I get very protective and defensive. So maybe it wouldn't be, but I have had friends get hurt by friends in the past, and it's really hard for me to not like be separate, like, to be like, and there's times where I didn't.
Yeah, I like Lexi, and I think she's like a really, really, really sweet little girl. And
I can't believe she's 26.
Someone in the comments was like, we've all had to like go through a Jessie like once in our 20s, and that's like is really true. Like some stupid ass fuckboy that's like telling you the world, and you're like, okay, like I guess I'll believe you, and then it's like he's a fucking idiot actually, and it's like
she literally dated Brooklyn Beckham.
Yeah.
She does not need to be messing with no Jessie Solomon.
No, I really think Jessie Solomon looks like not cute either.
No, I don't think that he's cute at all. I don't think his personality is cute at all. But I do think that he, like I've said before, like he does have that douchey personality that makes me laugh sometimes. Yeah. But it's crazy how like with the West and Jessie, like I just feel like Kyle is so like just in the background in the last couple episodes that I've watched. Like I guess he had that drama with Craig, which was like his moment, but like I just feel like I'm so used to laughing at him being an annoying dumbass and like getting frustrated at him treating girls horribly, and like now Jessie and Wes got all the attention.
Wait, don't you think it's weird that they all go home at like different times?
Like, no, they're all like staying at a house together, and then it's like whoever needs to get home at this time or whatever.
I know, but it was just weird. They all like came back like 20 minutes apart, and it's like, are you not like all there together? Like, hey, bro, I'm going home. Like,
wait, when they go to the club. Yeah, I think like that they're separated and they're drunk, and they're like, okay, bye, and then they realize it's only been 10 minutes. Oh, now I want to leave too. I think it's just. Yeah, I've noticed that. I thought you meant...
It's like so confusing. Why don't you guys just all leave together instead of going 20 minutes apart from each other?
I think they're just like weird boys that are like probably not even like together the whole time. But I thought you meant when they leave on Sunday to go back to the city.
No,
I was like, no, I don't think that that's weird.
No, I like... Imral's fine, but like I really think they were expecting like something different from him coming into the show, and he feels just so separate.
Yeah.
Like he just doesn't feel like he meshes into the group.
But it also seems like he doesn't want to. Like it seems like he thinks he's cooler than all of it. And he's just on the show to meet girls and hook up with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to watch that episode, because I think it was in this episode. Was it Paige or somebody said like it's really disrespectful that you keep bringing girls here
I didn't watch the newest episode.
Oh, you didn't watch the newest
episode? I don't
episode?
think so. I thought I did, but now that you're
I don't know if that was
about, I feel like we're caught up together.
Okay. We probably are.
We can watch it together.
Slay. Okay, do you have any closing thoughts for our airheads?
Wait, let me see if there's anything else. I don't know why I can't like memorize like the three things that I
also
wrote down.
Today, like I'm having a hard time staying focused on this. I kind of just like I'm like.
I know if I'm gonna say it, I'll just say it now, unless you are ready to be done.
Kind of.
No, have you seen any of the TikToks that are like the misogyny? How it's like just like, oh, so you love men, and it's like you're literally like.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
I saw that on the things and I was like, I wonder where men is trying to go with this. And then I was talking to Ian and I was like, I think it's a thing where like men become so misogynistic that it's like, how do you even end up with a woman?
No,
then?
you
because
literally
you hate
love
us so
men
much.
and you hate women. So it's like,
just
look inward and know that like you hate yourself because you're actually gay and you don't want to be.
But then like a lot of the gays normally, I mean, this is such a stereotype projecting, but not
like,
projecting.
Love women.
Yeah, or like girls are my safe haven. That's the only place I feel
that's
safe.
why I feel like it's more like the repressed, ones. Where they're trying so hard to like not be gay that they're like,
Joe and Andrew talk about it a lot. Like one of the episodes I was just listening to was they were talking about when they were younger and the song I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry came on. And like, even though it's not like I kissed a boy and I liked it, Andrew's like, I was sick to my stomach every time that song came on in the car. Like I would be like, I hate this song. Like, because it is like, it's just like the classic, like it's the shadow effect of like, and like, especially like, with men, they feel like they can't show any femininity or else they're immediately going to call gay. Yes. And so then they think loving a woman is I like can't with men. Like I'm so glad the two men that are working with me like on my team, like they are amazing and I feel really like they're safe, good, kind men.
No, after yoga I'm
just disgusted.
Yesterday, it's one of the rocket things. I love rocket, and so I like go to this guy's class because he is a good teacher and I love it, but he is so fucking masculine that it makes me not want to listen to him. I'm like, I'm not doing this for you. I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing because I don't even want to listen to you because you're just such a man, and I can just tell the way your presence that you think you're like hot shit kind of, and
I hate that.
It's just, it's not, and it's so subtle. It's not like he thinks he's hot shit. It really is. He's so fucking masculine and just has such a masculine energy that it makes me not want to listen to him. I'm like,
I'm sorry, but
no,
it's a little too much. But yeah, I think ever since that thing happened at the Bernie AOC rally, I've just been even more like I hate men. But I did go to the thing in Fort Collins yesterday. The hands off. And that was way better vibes.
Well, explain it instead of just screaming hands off.
Well, everybody knows hands off. It happened all around the country, all around the world. There was other countries doing it too. It was basically a mass mobilization event to go out in your community, and it literally happened everywhere. But it was basically protesting Elon Musk's involvement in the government and obviously Trump. And honestly, people were like, one of the great things about it was like, it was to address like Elon Musk, like mostly like with the Medicare and all of that stuff and the Department of Education. But people were bringing signs for every cause.
I saw someone's sign that said too many issues to list on a small piece of cardboard.
No, literally.
It's like there's way too many to even put on.
Yeah. This. I loved the one that I posted of the penguin because the tariffs that he put, one of them is on an island that's just inhabited with penguins.
Yeah.
Like and then I forget who was. I think Ariana Madix from Vanderpump Rules was at the one in LA, and she like her and her friends like took some cute pictures with their signs, and I haven't made a sign for a protest since Black Lives Matter, so like I haven't done that in a while. I kind of just go and like don't have a sign, but I'm about to make this sign and bring it to every single protest that I go to, which I could talk about protests for so long because the one yesterday I almost didn't go to. I had Ian drive me by first to see how the crowd was because the crowd issue for me is just so unfortunate with like the activism I have inside. It's like, fuck. One of the signs I saw, not from Fort Collins, but just online, was like, so bad even introverts are here.
Oh my God, wait, that's so funny.
And I was like, I'm not an introvert, but like even people with claustrophobia are here.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's more overstimulation than claustrophobia.
No, mine is claustrophobia. I like feel like I can't get out of the crowd. That's my thing. Yeah. Okay. I get and also like, yeah, a lot of terrible videos you've seen of people.
Yeah.
But the sign that I want to make is like you cut out a hole and then it says resisting bitch face.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm going to make it.
I love that.
I love it. And then you can bring that to anywhere because anytime I'm going to a protest, it's in the form of resistance.
Yeah.
The word you like. Wasn't that the word?
My word of the year?
No, I was like saying something and you were like, I like that word.
It was. I think it was.
Okay. We love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Oh, yeah. Like, subscribe, we're back on YouTube. So